I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes to the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today. Either we heal as a team, or we're going to crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me. And we can stay here, get the shit out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell. 1 inch at a time. Now, I can't do it for you. I'm too old. I look around, I see these young faces, and I think, I mean, I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make. I pissed away all my money, believe it or not. I chased off anyone who's ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you. I mean, that's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. Hell yeah. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's going to make the difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. I'll tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's going to win that inch. And I know if I'm going to have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch. Because that's what living is. There's 6 inches in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it. You gotta look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now, I think you're gonna see a guy who will go that inch with you. You're gonna see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're gonna do the same for him. That's a team, gentlemen. And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals. That's football, guys. That's all it is. Now, what are you gonna do?
I do it 10. Ain't worried about it. They slip confidential when I'm dealing with Snake. I lost right now, my dog. I don't know what to pick up. Man, it's pain. Circle back to the bay. Hit a lay in the hill with the grade. I say, eeny, mine. I'm like a fish. I say, if that what's going on now? Let me know.
We are embarked upon another exciting adventure. It's episode 10, season 3, Father plus Son plus Football podcast. I just so happen to be the father.
And I just so happen to be the son.
What's up, boy?
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. We got a win on Thursday, actually.
I know. It seems like we played a week ago. About a week ago. I'm just saying.
A week ago.
I'm just saying. Had a lot going. A lot of family in town. That was fun.
Yep, that was great.
A lot of family attended the game. That was even more fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we got a lot to discuss.
These senior
what
night.
is that? Tell the people what that is. What is that?
I got these for my senior night on Thursday last week. Be honest, I was in the moment. I was like, this doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel real. Like me being the senior now. I don't know. It just didn't feel right to me. I don't know. It was weird. Couple tears started coming down a little bit, but we got over that little hump. It was an emotional game. A lot of ups and downs, but
you had a lot of your teammates step up big time in that game.
Absolutely.
You had some teammates return, which is always good.
Absolutely.
And you had a lot of teammates step up. I heard some names come across the PA that I hadn't heard quite as frequently in the past. That was really good. But I got right off the bat, America. Who was the young lady who made that poster?
Right off the bat. Okay, so that's one of my classmates, Amaria. She's cool people.
Well, I mean, she must be. She made you like a poster that talked about, don't mess with 18. He'll put you in the ground. I mean, she went off. This was an elaborate poster. It was elaborate. Oh, you got it. You got to see. Oh, see that puts more to it. Put him to the test. Number 18 will put you to rest. Yeah. Now
that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool poster.
You know why I'm asking? It's a very nice poster. It tells me somebody put some time into that poster.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even expect it. I showed up that morning. I was walking with Lance. Me and Lance come to school together every day. Went to one of our math teachers, Mr. H. Pretty cool dude. She's in there. She's greetings, hello. I'm like, oh, are these senior night posters? She's like, yeah, but don't look at them. I was like, oh, okay. And there's some other kid in there, I think his name is Eddie. He said, yeah, you gotta you have a surprise. They have a surprise for you later. Like, surprise. I was like, well, now I want to know. But like, no, you can't know. I'm like, how you gonna tell me that there's a surprise? I want to know what the surprise is, but you're not gonna tell me. Like, come on.
That's how surprises work, man.
I know, but it's like you're watching a movie and it's like one episode per week.
Wait a minute. America, can I talk to you for a minute? If I'm right, did you just say you arrived at school on Thursday?
Yes.
And you went to a classroom and she was in there?
Yeah. She happened to be in there.
Wait a minute. Is she a student at the school?
Yeah.
I thought she was a graduate.
No. She's at my school.
She's a senior right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought she graduated last year and she just came to the game at night to celebrate, and then you talking about she was there in the morning. I'm like, whoa. There's a whole different level to this.
No. She's a student there.
She's a student.
Yeah.
A current enrolled student.
Yes.
Okay, so it doesn't go as deep as I thought, but there is another level of deepness that I must bring up because I've never in 4 years of you playing high school football, I have never seen you standing in lane 8 on the track pregame. And yet that's where I saw you when you were taking a picture with her and that poster.
Yeah. But no, like,
missing here? Is there something I'm missing?
No, there's nothing you're missing. No, I'm not. No, to myself, I gotta get to the next level.
I'm just saying she's a beautiful young lady. I just need to know these things. I want to be caught off guard. At least I ought to know her name. I'm just saying. She did a very beautiful job on that poster.
Absolutely.
She looked magnificent at the game. The picture you guys took looked like something bigger than what I guess it is. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way, America. Beginning of the broadcast.
Yeah.
And always give a shout out to REO. Now he was at the game.
He was at the game.
We should have gave him the mic.
Yeah.
The guy who does the opening song to Father Plus Son Plus Football podcast, he was at the game Thursday night.
At my senior night. Yes, sir.
That was dope. Dope. You know, I ran into him in Pete's. He didn't see me. I walked up on him. I said, man, I know a star when I see one. Pounded it up, all that kind of stuff. It was good. Don't forget to support Seth, QUYN, Evans on Cash App, Bitter Cup Media, and every dollar you give him, I will match it.
Yep, you got to match it this week.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
Now, what I heard was somebody told me that they owed you some money because you had a good game. They told you if you had a good game, they was gonna give you some money.
Yep.
I said cool, and they said that you said for them to send it to Cash App because it had to be doubled.
Well, yes, that is true. But they asked me, did I want it in cash, or did they want it to send it to the Cash App so you can double it? So I said, go ahead and double it. Come on, send it to the Cash App. Come on. Yeah.
You got me for $50 on that. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. That was so smart. Hey, we don't send you to private school to make dumb decisions. You got to make smart ones. And that was smart. You like $50 cash right now and that be it? Or throw that $50 in the Cash App and my dad will have to double it and I'll have $100. Yeah, throw that in the Cash App. That was smart.
Yes, sir. That's
and to
great.
the coach who did that, God bless you. Because you didn't have to do that, but you did. And we appreciate that. I don't name names in situations like that because I don't want people to kind of like be put on the spot. If you name a name, right, then there'll be people asking that person for money. You won't do that to them. Nah. But that person knows who they are. And I just appreciate that they did that they had the love for you to do that. That's what's up. All right. Although it did cost me $50. So
Yes, sir.
$50 well spent. All right. Our special guest today is going to be KADEN Hill. He is the quarterback of Bellarmine High School. And there's his ex. You guys might want to start following him. If not, now, follow him later. Going to be a good kid. It's going to be a great interview when we pull him up. Seth, that's one of your GSF All-Star buddies, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about, because you kind of hooked this up to get him on the show. Tell us a little bit about why you picked KADEN.
I mean, most of all, he's a leader on and off the field, So, he transferred from Valley Christian to Bellarmine. No matter what the score is, no matter how his team is doing, he's always going to try to pick up his guys. He's always going to do his job above all us. He's a pretty cool dude. He was my QB for 7-on-7s at GSF. He threw me seams right up the middle, and I was just burning defenders right up the middle. I was just caught that beautiful ball, and that's he's pretty good dude. Pretty good dude.
Well, what's interesting to me, and I've watched him play, and 7-on-7s, and I've seen his transition into Friday Night Lights. Looking forward to the conversation with him. But what impressed me the most, I'm glad you said that you saw him as a leader on and off the field. Because what impressed me the most about him? Something I have never, ever seen in my entire coaching career.
What?
Remember when we did the Cal camp?
Mm-hmm.
So we did the Cal camp.
Yeah.
You were doing defense, right?
Yes.
And I was kind of following you around doing a lot of media stuff on defense. Under a normal circumstance, I would be watching the quarterbacks, but I wasn't watching the quarterbacks on this day. I was kind of following you around. And then at the end of the camp, when they announced the quarterback, because to me, anybody can win the running back at a camp.
Right.
Are you going to be that dope when we put on pads? You know, anybody can win linebacker. Okay, cool. But when we put on pads, are you gonna be able to come through that A gap and make some noise, right? Anybody can win the DB, but hey, when the running back comes out on a sweep and you got to break coverage and come downhill and tackling before he runs you over, runs a touchdown, are you go so those positions I always find interesting during underwear season of football. I get it. But quarterback, either you can throw the ball or you can't. Nobody worries about, well, he can throw the ball, but can he hand it off? Nobody worries about that. And so if you win a quarterback competition, if you're the best quarterback at a high-profile camp, you got to be a dude. And he won. I've never I've seen a lot of quarterbacks win camps and I know who they are, but I've never been on the sideline while they played a game. And I had been on the sideline a couple of times for him to play because of GSF, right? So he wins, and this is where the story is great. He gets this bag. It's like a bag of goodies that they gave him. It had all kind of gear in it. And I literally watched that young man walk around. He is the top quarterback at the Cal camp. Top quarterback. And he is taking the gifts given to him and he's passing those gifts out to other players. And he took one item out. I forget what it was. And he said he wanted you to have it. And I was like,
he gave me a cow band.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, were you expecting that? Have you ever seen that? Have you ever experienced that?
I was just congratulating him on being one of the best QBs. And boom.
Can't wait to get him on. KADEN Hill. He's the starting quarterback at Bellarmine High School. Can't wait to get him on. Good dude. What's next, Seth?
Preparing for Castro Valley High School.
Good. All right.
Varsity game film highlights of week 7.
You got least amount of highlights.
And I probably say career.
Yeah.
High school football journey. Actually, no, let me not say career. Last year, I had
high school football journey. That's what we're gonna get KADEN on that. I want to know. Yep. We want to hear him about his high school camps to be the best. I mean, how do you? I want to know from him how he picked camps.
Right.
I mean, for most high school kids, they just want to be in the camp, but to then be the best in your position at the camp, that's different. I'm sorry. That's different. Then we're going to talk about what?
California high school transfer rules.
Yeah. Because I didn't know that he was a transfer student.
Yeah.
So he transferred, and I got a lot of thoughts about transfer, and I want to hear from his experience about it. I want to, because his experience is in a different league, a different division, and I want to know what his experience was and how it stacks up to some of the other leagues that I'm familiar with and divisions that I'm familiar with. All right, then we're going to go here.
Top 3 questions from KADEN to me.
Yep, he's got 3 questions for you. That'll be a back and forth with you two. Then we got JV player shout outs. That's what's up. I got a shout out already, Ezra Bussy. And I know his name is Bussy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But on the sideline, when people are like, take out the name Ezra and just call him Bussy, sometimes it don't sound like they're saying Bussy. And I looked back at one kid, I was like, hey. And I said, oh, he's talking to Ezra. He called him Bussy. I thought he called him something else. Appropriate conversation. And I realized, no, that's not what he said. You get older, you hear stuff. All right, Peach State Gridiron Classic. We'll talk about that a little bit. And then our shout outs to close it out. Don't forget to follow Seth on Instagram and or X at Seth QUYN Evans. And then also follow Bitter Cup Media. That is the platform whereby we do what we do on Father Plus Son Plus Football podcast. Again,
yes, sir.
10. All right, Seth. Let's get into this. Let's go ahead and bring in a special guest.
Yes, sir.
We have the capacity to do that. To the stage, ladies and gentlemen, quarterback of Bellarmine High School, KADEN Hill. What's up, KADEN?
How you guys been? Honored to have me on the show. I appreciate that.
Doing good, man. Glad to have you on. It's always good to have a superstar on the broadcast.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the love, all that. It means a lot.
Yeah. So, man, look, you're over there at Bellarmine. I pulled up your I'm sitting here looking at your Twitter page.
Yeah.
Let me just ask you this question off the bat, because even on your Twitter page, there's something very different about you. You repost a lot of your teammates' posts of their success. Why do you find it important on your page where everybody's looking for you? Recruiters want a great quarterback. You are a class of 2027. You're a junior, correct?
Yes, sir.
And I mean, shoot, that's incredible, because that means between your sophomore to junior year, you were winning camps at Division I camps. That's impressive. What is it about KADEN Hill that finds it important to use your platform to give other people shine? Help the people understand who KADEN Hill is and why you're like that.
When I first went to Bellarmine, they have this saying. It's called men and women for others. So I think as a person that I need to be more like that. I need to be a man for others. And so I repost all my teammates because I think everybody deserves a shot to go D1 or play at the college they want to. And I want to give them the best opportunity as they give me the best opportunity to go play.
That's dope. It makes so much sense. Lifting as we climb. Seth, I think I talked about either 2 weeks ago that the future of college football recruiting is going to be when teammates come together and all of them decide where they're going to go. Not maybe all teammates from one school, but let's say you're a class of 2026, Seth. Let's say you, a quarterback, a DB, a linebacker, all of you say, we're all making a pact that we're going to go to the school who's going to accept all of us.
Right.
That's going to be different level recruiting. Don't know how possible it to be, but if you're high level achievers like you guys are, these things will be possible. So let's do this. Thank you for that answer, KADEN. And again, you guys can follow KADEN on X, KADEN Hill _10. KADEN, is your IG the same?
It's K.Hill _8.
All right, we'll get that up in a second. I'll find that and put it in the private chat, and then I'll be able to get that up a little later, because the coaches and the older folks will find you on X, but your peers are going to look for you on IG. So we'll make that happen. All right, Seth, let's talk about preparing for Castro Valley. You guys were coming off of a tough loss last week. There were some coaching errors, there was some player errors, but nonetheless, you lost a tough game to James Logan. And the question was, would the tough loss cause you guys to, have a problem going into this week versus Castro Valley? What was the prep like this week?
The prep for this week, was we knew Castro was 0-6, and we refused to let them get their first one and be 1-6. So, and then of course we refused to lose at home again. So we just came in with the mindset of we gotta run our house. Nobody else can come in here and try to boss us around. We just gotta do our job, do our assignment, and get the job done.
That's what's up. Now, you guys, the game went well. You guys were pretty easily handling the Trojans, but in the fourth quarter, some things kind of got weird. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I would definitely say some things got weird. There's something that I did, which I usually do. Beyond it, I hate saying it, but I fumbled the ball, I gave him the possession, put us in a little bad spot. Which is weird because I've never really done that before, but it was a learning point.
When you fumbled that ball, I was as shocked as everybody else. But I believe if I looked at your stats, you've had like over 100 carries, 120 something carries,
something like that,
and only 2 fumbles. It's pretty good odds. But when I knew that the coaches didn't have a problem. I mean, nobody wants your running back to fumble the ball,
right?
And there are no excuses. But you know how they had confidence in you?
Gave me the ball 7 times in a row at the end of the game.
7 times in a row to close that game out. When it came time to, we got to keep the ball and we cannot let them have the ball back, they gave you the ball 7 times in a row. And then basically just took a knee after that. Yep. And it was over. So that's what was up. So what did you think about Castro Valley? Castro Valley is coming with big teams. They were in it. You understand? Castro Valley put 42 points up on O'Dowd.
Yeah.
And they didn't come anywhere near, nor did they look like that kind of offensive threat. You guys got O'Dowd in about 2 weeks.
Hey, every team has their different skill sets. Every team has their different skill sets. We learned that the hard way this year. So,
and what do you mean by that?
Meaning, put it like this: last week, Castro Valley played Bishop O'Dowd. It was Castro Valley put up what 42 something points on O'Dowd. It was kind of close, not really. But this week, O'Dowd played Berkeley. They spanked Berkeley. You know, we got spanked by Berkeley. So in the end, you know, there's different.
Oh, I see. What you're saying. Can't really look at it like that because, hey, you know, you guys did not do well against Berkeley. Probably played your worst game of the season against Berkeley on a Saturday afternoon, and O'Dowd had absolutely no problems.
Right.
O'Dowd did to the Yellow Jackets what the Yellow Jackets did to the Mariners.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. All right, let's get into these highlights real quick. Again, our special guest is KADEN Hill, Bellarmine High School quarterback. We got a lot to discuss with him. Let's knock out these. You said there's 4 of them, Seth?
Yes, sadly 4.
No, not sadly. It's 4. You could have none.
To me.
All right, what's the first one?
32. Play 32.
32. So let's go to play 32. All right, let's get the widescreen. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Back it up.
All right, so this one take on the lead blocker. Push him inside. Me and my boy Lance Mitchell.
Lance D1. He is going to San Jose State.
Yep.
Lance Mitchell.
I try to hammer on the ball, but you know it didn't end up working, so I just wrapped up.
See, this is assignment football right here. This is why I think there are 2 reasons why schools run these offenses, because typically these offenses don't work if a team knows how to play assignment football. And you guys got hats off to your defensive coordinator because, you know, to teach assignment football in 1 week, well, less than a week after a tough loss and shut the school down as much as you guys shut it down in the run game, it was pretty good because a lot of this stuff is abracadabra. And, you know, he goes 80 yards for a touchdown and nobody even knows he was running by himself until he's 40 yards down the field. Okay, that's good. You and Lance popping him off. Good stuff. Top 2 athletes probably on the team. Good stuff. Lance is on him. And then you come in there, you're trying to swipe the ball away, and then you just pound him. Get him down. All right, what's next?
Play 40.
Play 40. All right. Play 40. What do we have here?
I know this one is just a 2-point. Just gut it out, and then
that's you in the backfield.
It's me in the backfield. I had to reach.
Our eye. Way to get in there. But see, this is why later on in this game, when you guys were in this same position, even closer on the 1, I didn't understand why you were on the sideline. You got to put your guy in who can guarantee you 1 yard in these type of tough circumstances. And it's kind of what made the game close in the end. You guys then let them go 99 yards for a touchdown. They didn't go 99 yards. They drove down the field and then scored eventually. But you guys you were 4th and 1 on the 1, and you were on the sideline. I didn't get it. But again, in the end, that's hindsight. In the end, the game was won.
Yep.
What is it like running in between the tackles like that? Let me ask it this way. What is it like running a ball knowing all 11 players on the other side of that team? Oh, maybe only 10. You see how the last minute one of their guys comes running on?
Yeah.
See that?
I didn't see that first.
They only got 10 guys, or maybe he came on as a 12. But what is it like knowing that they know you're getting the ball, and yet you still got to get yardage? What is that like?
Really, it's really a good feeling, to be honest. At least at first, it's a good feeling until either I get my legs chopped off or, I get gang tackled, but I still drive. But, I mean, in the end, it's more so instinct. I'm not really thinking in the moment. It's more so what I did in practice will reflect in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm not really thinking about it that much.
All right, next play.
What is it? 53.
All right. Where are you?
All right. Now pause it.
53. Okay.
Right.
Oh, you're in the backfield.
Yes. All right. So this play right here.
I see you out. You're on the 10-yard line. Quarterback is throwing you kind of like a swing route.
Now, best believe, I try to go 3 for 3, 3 weeks straight on hurdling. It didn't go all that well.
Hey, that's still now this is going to be a penalty, right?
Yeah.
Because he's not going down on all fours.
No.
So his hands never touched the earth.
Yeah.
His feet never left the ground. He did not launch at you. So you just literally hop, jump. You can't do that. Can't do that.
But I mean, I definitely got cussed out, and I definitely got to pay for it on Monday. I'll tell you that right now. But
it was worth the film shot. It's still a highlight.
Yeah. You got up there though.
I sure did.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I'm telling you, all right. So I told my coach this, my head coach. He was like, "What are you doing? Why'd you do that?" I said, "Coach, I'm gonna be honest. I ran. He started getting low. I thought he was gonna chop me. So I went up. I looked down. He was coming up with me in midair. I'm like, oh." And I see the second dude. I'm like, oh. And then next, I just tumble over. And
yeah, you got to know by this time, these teams not only get the film of you the last week, guarantee you they got a buddy who got film of you 2 weeks ago. They know you're known for hurdling. So they're not going to be so quick as these teams get better. They're not going to be so quick to try to chop you. They're going to try to stay high so that you don't. Nobody wants to be that guy. Yeah. So I guarantee you going forward, nobody, unless they didn't watch film, nobody is going to be trying to chop you because they don't want to be on your highlight reel like that. Nobody wants to. Believe me, the guys that are already on it are mad as catfish grease. To me, you should have ran this dude over. You should have ran him. There was no reason to jump him at all. You run him over. And that's what I don't want you starting to do. I don't want you start getting highlight sensitive to the point that you know that this is an automatic highlight. I'm like, nah. Now the highlight has got to be switched up. Now it's got to be about trucking him and keep going.
Oh, absolutely.
What's next?
I already got a plan on my sleeve. Oh, don't worry about that.
Okay.
179.
179. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Got a whole lot of clicking.
179. Oh no, I'm gonna do it like this. That's way too much clicking. So let's go here.
But yeah, I
go to this next section. 179. Right here. All right, what are we looking at?
Plays this. Memory's a little fuzzy.
I see you in the backfield. Okay.
Oh yeah, this is. I should have landed on it. This is the dude that I at least attempted to hurdle earlier. I put him on his back.
Oh, that's a pancake block. That's nice. I see you right there. The linebacker comes up. You're driving, back 5 yards. Yeah, number 6.
Yep.
6 had a pretty good game.
He did
for Castro Valley, but that's you hitting the impact of the initial hit. Watch the impact that you give on the initial hit. And this is, again, coaches teach this. Low man wins. You're lower. Boom. Rocked him to his heels. Once you get him to his heels, there's nothing you can do. Now you just you rock him to his heels and you run your feet. Don't stop your feet upon contact. Run right through him. He's now off balance. Keep running your feet. Now he's grabbing you, bringing you to the ground with him. Yeah. And this is what you got to start doing when you're running the ball. You got to just start being the low man and, handling business. All right.
Yep. That's it. That's it for me.
All right. And hey, you can't have, 15 highlights every week. I mean, every week you have about 10. We cut it down to about 6. It is what it is. It is what it is. While we're doing that, I want to roll over. I'm going to roll over to Twitter real quick so that we can. I want to do this. So we have. I want to bring up Kaden Hill. I want to bring him up on Twitter. I want to share that. I want to bring that up as we get ready to get into the interview part of all of this. Kaden Hill, _10. There goes his profile, you guys. You see that, America? Quarterback, BCP, FB. In case you're like me trying to spell out Bellarmine, no, that's not how they have it. It's BCP, football, class of 27, 4.13 GPA. That's big time. That means you can go to any college offering you, Kaden. I love that. Now, Tell me a little bit about who you're trained by, because this is in Southern Cal where I'm from. That's Huntington Beach area. That's Orange County. Tell me a little bit about how you got involved with an Orange County organization.
So I've been always a big BYU fan my entire life, watching football there. So one quarterback over there named John Beck, he runs the program down over there called 3DQB. My mom thought it'd be a good idea to start getting me some lessons from him and his mentors and the people around him. So I've been going there for a long time. I've been meeting a bunch of great NFL quarterbacks now, like Bryce Young. I've met down with JJ McCarthy and Dylan Gabriel, who's now in the league. It's been a tremendous blessing for me to be down there.
Have you ever spent any time at a quarterback camp with a gentleman by the name of Coach Steve Calhoun? You called Armed and Dangerous.
I have not.
Okay, I gotta see about trying to get you in front of him. He was my high school quarterback.
Okay,
and he's the one who coached Jaden Daniels. I think he also coached the quarterback that's at Houston, Shroud.
CJ Stroud.
Do with him also.
They're probably with the same organization with 3D because CJ. I've seen CJ down there, Jalen Hurts down there, and Goff and Daniels.
Yeah. And so I wanted to go. That's your photo right there. That's a dope photo. That's a great looking uniform. I like that uniform. Let me get here. I wanted to get to you had some videos of your opening game. Talk a little bit as I look for the video. Talk a little bit about your opening game this season.
I mean, first of all, we didn't. It wasn't the best game as for us as a team, but I think we showed some life as we went into the game, as we kept going and kept playing on. It was just a good building moment for us as a team to keep going. I think me and one of my friends, Jaden Harris, coming back after the transfer rules. I think we showed some life into this team and showed some life into our offense. We had a pretty good game plan against them, but there's always room to get better. And I think that throughout this week, we always have a chance to get better.
So here's a play here. You're at quarterback. Receiver runs. Oh, they run a crossing pattern. Boom, right there to the middle of the field. Nice. Here goes the second play. That's you at QB.
Yep.
Now, if I'm correct, as we're watching these clips of you, nice, right over the hands.
Hey, we were there yesterday.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's at San Jose City College.
Yeah.
Yep, San Jose City.
Yeah, we were there. We were watching the game there yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Last night we were there. Didn't go too well for San Jose City.
Nah.
Good. So let me tell you, are you a quarterback who reads defenses, or you just know your offense so well you're betting that your guy's going to beat their guy, or you a combination of both?
I say a combination of both. I mean, first we started in with
hold on real quick. I gotta show that again. This is keeping your eyes on the ball. Good tipped up turnaround. That's athletic right there. Is he wearing number 4?
That he's wearing number 4. It's Jaden Harris.
Tell him personally. I said he can keep that number because I wore that number. And
Jaden Harris, wasn't he?
He was
also on our? Yeah, he was on our team too. Yeah.
Oh, was he? Tell him to keep wearing it. He's representing the number quite well.
Yeah, he's been good for us.
Now you threw for 300 yards in this game, right?
Yeah. I threw for a lot. Our offense, I guess, shows us a little bit more as passing the ball. We like to pass the ball. But we're under our new offensive coordinator, Joel Beachman. He used to be the head coach at Bellarmine when they went to state championship in 2022. Okay. We got him back this year, and we've been trying to go through this new offense. And hopefully, as we keep going on for this year and next year, that our offense can become a lot better.
Yeah, this year you guys are getting used to it all, getting used to each other, all the pieces. A lot of underclassmen on the offense.
Yeah, I think all of our wide receivers, except for maybe one, are all, I guess, say juniors. I mean, not underclassmen, but all like juniors. Our whole line's probably all juniors. So once we're all as seniors, we'll be pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's a good setup. Oh, that's a tight window. You just threw that in. Let me throw that back. Let me come back through there. Most quarterbacks don't throw this ball. You had to throw that. You threw it when he was on one side, knowing he was going into the other side before the other linebacker gets into the. That's great. That's a great throw right there.
We had a game plan against them where we would fake block that outside linebacker and throw a nice little RPO in the middle. And so we kind of try to hit them because they ran a lot of cover 4 and try to hit them across the middle.
The gray spot.
In the blitz. Nice. And again, number 4.
Yep. But to me, though, I think as we keep going along with our offense, we're just going to become more confident. Our guys, we'll never quit out of a game. I mean, we haven't always had the best games. We've had some pretty bad losses, but there's just a lot for an improvement because after last year, they went on an 0-10 season.
Right. I get ready to say Bellarmine, because when I saw you quarterbacking in the summer, I didn't know you were a transfer. I thought you had always been at Bellarmine. And so I was a little confused. So I'm like, there's no way in the world Bellarmine can be 0-10 with a guy like this. That doesn't make sense to me. And then later on, I guess when we had finally got connected on social media, it was confirmed that, oh, no, he transferred to Bellarmine. I said, okay, now that makes sense. Having said, let's get into this topic, high school football journey. Again, our special guest is none other than KADEN Hill, quarterback of Bellarmine High. How did you choose to transfer to Bellarmine between your sophomore to junior year, knowing on the varsity level they were 0-10?
I mean, that was like really, really hard for me to decide if I wanted to stay at where I was at or go play at another team. But I think the main thing was that I would get a lot more playing time and the ability to pass the ball a lot more. I mean, at Valley Christian, no dissing to them. They're a great football team, great program. I'm still friends with a bunch of those guys. But I think that they didn't give me the best opportunity that I needed to go forward in my high school journey.
Well, that makes sense because I think so you transferred out, and I think the year before you transferred out, there was another young man named RJ Mancha.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
RJ transferred to Moreau. He won a state title his first year out. Yeah, so RJ's walking around with a state title ring, and now he's going into he's a junior right now like you. But I guess he left after his freshman year, going into his sophomore year. Yeah. And so tell me a little bit about your high school football journey. Let's start prior to high school. When did you pick up a football? When did you fall in love with this sport?
Dude, I fell in love with this sport when I was like a kid, but my parents would never let me play just because I guess my mom didn't want me to get hurt, and I guess my faith has been more important to me than because I didn't play on Sundays. So, going on with that, I went into my 8th grade year at Willow Glen Middle School, and then it was a family decision to reclass into the grade below. And going on to that year, I played 7-on-7 with this program called Deliberate Training. The coach there named Stephen Moko, he gave me the opportunity to go play at Valley Christian because he was a coach there, and that's where that set me up into my freshman year. And then going into my freshman year, we had a really good team that year. I rarely played football. I mean, like my first season was Pop Warner in the 8th grade, that reclass year, but I didn't get a lot of playing time because I was still just trying to learn.
Right.
And so I took that off season to grow more as a quarterback through 7-on-7 and through like individual training and stuff like that. And then going into my freshman year, it was a real awakening to figure out that I love this sport and that I could keep going with it. And then being named on varsity as the following year on my sophomore year, that was a huge blessing.
Yeah, becoming playing 1 year of high school football and then the coaching staff at the varsity level says, yeah, this kid can contribute to our varsity program as a sophomore. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Did you get to come at the end of your freshman year? Did that team that was a varsity team, were they in the playoffs? Did you get to go up at the end of the season?
Yes, I did. It was for the last 2 weeks. I was given the opportunity to go up and practice with them. They had some injuries on that last week, and then leading up to the playoffs. So I got to experience that, not to play, but to experience what it's like to be as a varsity football player.
Yeah, that's amazing. Let's go to this subject: camps. To be the best. How did you decide what camps you wanted to go to? And when you went to those camps, did you believe at the end of those camps? Let's just go through them. Did you believe at the end of those camps that you were going to be actually named the best quarterback?
I'll start first off with the camps that I personally chose. Since I'm part of the LDS faith, I chose to go to the BYU camp. That was always going to be one of my goals. And then going around to the most local camps, and the quarterback coaches down in LA told me which camps I should go to. So Cal was one of them, UC Davis, Cal Poly, San Jose State. Hitting around some of the local ones were also a big one for me. I've been working with this mind strength coach. His name is Luke Falk. He was one of the greatest quarterbacks at Washington State, and he played in the NFL for quite some time. And he's been helping me to focus on discipline and my talents and to be able to harness all my abilities so I don't get myself down on myself, that I always can be the best version of myself.
Right.
I think I use these things called affirmation statements that get into my head, like saying I'm the best quarterback in my league, or I'm the best quarterback at that camp. And if I truly believe what I say, I think I truly can believe that I'm the best quarterback at what camp. I can do what I need to do to win.
Well, brother, you have nailed it several times. I've been to a lot of those camps and didn't even know you were there because I'm covering a different side of the camp. Usually at these camps, the offense and the defense are on opposite sides. Seth, although he's having a breakout year at running back, is all of his accolades coming up into this season have all been on the defensive side of the ball. We still believe he's going to go to college on the defensive side of the ball. But at the end, when they bring everybody together and they start naming these quarterbacks, and then here you are. And I'm like, this guy, he's something different. Now, you talk a little bit about your faith. And Sundays, people very, very serious about particular day of the week faith. Sundays, you can't play no football. That's how I grew up. No, we don't play sports on Sundays. Seth has been treated a little different because he's my youngest child, and he has special opportunity, and I understand. But we still put him on a team that mostly played on Saturdays. What was it like for you wanting to play football? Programs are playing on Sundays. You're sitting in church somewhere, learning faith, knowing right now at this very time people are out there doing what you really want to do, but faith is important, and I would say most important because it grounds you for everything you're going to be doing. What's it like? What's it like to have faith integrated in your athleticism? Because
I think I've just been blessed as a person to be with my family. They've, I guess, rooted me down into my faith, and I mean, not being able to play, that was hard to live without, but I think it also allowed me to be something bigger than just myself, that I play for something more. Mm-hmm. I play for Christ. I play for God. And I think it was definitely hard, but that's what life is sometimes. Life's hard, and it's how you're going to go through that process. And I mean, none of this would have happened without God in my life. I don't think I would be the person I am right now without him. He's blessed me with the ability to play football with my arm talent, and the people around me who have grounded me to, I guess, stay true to my faith.
It's good stuff, man. Has BYU shown any interest yet? I mean, they ought to.
I've gotten some stuff from BYU and been grateful for that.
Any other school? What if you had to choose a college today to go and be the starter?
Ooh.
I mean, you're going to go and you're the day one starter.
Dude, I would always choose BYU. That's something that was sick for me. My parents love BYU. I love BYU. But as a close second, there's a head coach named Ken Nimato. He's coached at San Jose State.
Yeah.
He's in the same ward as me as church. So I think if there's a person I want to go play for, I want to go play for him.
San Jose State. That's kind of cool because that opening clip that Seth showed with him tackling with his teammate Lance Mitchell.
Yep.
So before that coach, because he coached at Navy.
Yep.
And Brennan was the coach along with Alonzo Carter, who gave Lance his first Division I offer for San Jose State. And then he got promoted from San Jose State. He got the head coaching job at the University of Arizona, where they both are right now. And then the coach that you're speaking of, whose name I cannot pronounce, although he is an amazing dude. He is a
great person. He's a great person.
I know his attitude. I know his mindset. I know his work at Navy. I know that he gave the guy the job that from Oregon, who then all of a sudden got busted for all the sign stealing. Gave him his first job. But I know that he then evaluated Lance and said, we're going to re-offer you. And so Lance, because of his relationships with the coaches, when I talked to Lance, I said, why did you choose San Jose State? And why did you choose San Jose State before the end of your senior year? He's like, it was the coaches. His relationship with the coaches, how they talked to him, how they dealt with him, the processes and things of that nature. And I just said, man, that's dope. And what's interesting is because Seth is in a situation right now with San Jose State, where San Jose State's is it the head of the defense? Is it the defensive coordinator or the offensive coordinator?
Coach Bojack.
Yeah, Coach Bojack. He said flat out, everybody likes Seth, all the coaches like him, but he wasn't quite the height. So I think they wanted for the position Seth was like strong safety. They were talking about Seth being like north of 6'1", and Seth is like 5'11", 6 feet. So they said they're going to take a look at his senior film. Right now, his senior film, he's been killing it. So I'm interested to see how they do. It could be very well possible that all of you young men stay local and you guys are all Spartans, and that would be great. That would be great. But like you talked about. Your faith is going to put you where you're going to be, and God's going to bless you wherever that's going to be, even if you don't know where that place is right now. So I'm excited about it. So let's talk a little bit about this. So when you transferred Valley Christian to Bellarmine, did you know the transfer rules? Did you know what possibly could happen?
I was aware that what could be happening, but I mean, I was willing to take the risk. I didn't get the stuff that I needed. I mean, sitting out 4 games, it's whatever. It's not the best, but I still get at least a chance to play and chance to throw the ball around. I think that's been a blessing.
So and maybe you kind of touched on this a little bit, but you actually pulled the trigger. So Seth, when he was going from his sophomore to junior year, there were a lot of conversation about transferring him out to De La Salle or to go back to my home city, and he played for Mater Dei. We decided, because of my wife's job and some other business ventures I was dealing with, it wasn't the time. And then going into his senior year, I was offered a job in Georgia. And the question was, well, do I leave my family in California and go coach in Georgia while my son finishes his senior year? And I said, nah, there's no manhood in that. There's no fatherhood in that. I can't make a decision to go coach somewhere else because of what the future may look like and leave my family behind. So then the question became, well, what if you just take Seth? Seth plays his senior year at one of these top in Georgia. And then I was like, yeah, but he won't be there in the spring. So what are the chances of a kid going on a great football program, coming in the summer, and then being able to truly compete? It was taking a crap shot at his career. So we decided, nope, we're just going to stay put and ride out his senior year and make all decisions after his senior year. You, however, I think did it at the right time, sophomore, junior year. Because if you do have to sit out, you can recover if it makes the playoffs at all. You can make up some of those games, but then you have all of the following season to show your talent.
Yep.
Walk me through the process with your parents. I share with you how I, as a parent, how did you and your parents come to this conclusion? And then how did you guys have the boldness to pull the trigger?
So, middle of my sophomore year, some stuff happened with the team, and I got benched. I don't know if I was really playing bad or not, but I think it was just a lot of team issues that they didn't really want me as their starter at that time. And they wanted someone more close to their families. And at the end of in the middle of my sophomore year, leading up till December, one of my old Pop Warner coaches from the Los Gatos Longhorns called me up and was like, just wanted to chat. And so I talked with him about stuff, and he was a big believer in Bellarmine at that time. And he got me introduced to the head coach and told me that I would be a great quarterback at Bellarmine. And there would be a lot of pieces around me that I could work with. And so that's where it all started, was my Pop Warner coach kind of just telling me that I could go play at a great academic school and build up this football team from that 0-10 season.
Oh, and you have done nothing but build it up. Now, I know that you wouldn't say it's because of you, but it is because of you. If you don't have the brains of a quarterback, the leadership of a quarterback, you can't turn the team around. You gotta score points. And I tell all my quarterbacks, I can't have a brain dead quarterback. As the quarterback's brain is, so will the offense. And so when you talk about these affirmations and these different mental drills that you go through to affirm yourself and believe in yourself, and then see it manifest, which only further ingrains it, I find that powerful, because I believe that your quarterback has got to be mentally tough. He's got to be mentally sound. And like I said, I have to say Yeah, you're doing a lot of great stuff. And Bellarmine, you know, once you become a team that goes 0-10, it's kind of hard to get good guys to come play. And you might be that guy who in history, when history finally tells the story, you might be the guy who kept Bellarmine from sliding into one of those funks to where they go the next 6-10 years with 7 different head coaches and they've only won 3 games. Your arrival may have saved some careers, and I'm sure your teammates appreciate you because they got to know that the vibe there now is better than it has been since they've been on that campus. That's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
All right, Seth, you ready? Kaden has questions. 3 questions. Kaden and Seth, you ready, Kaden?
Yep.
All right, hit your first one.
My first one is like, how do you keep your mental toughness, or how do you keep your ability to perform at your best when you're competing at such a high level? And like, how is there pressure? How does that make you stand out?
I'll start with the pressure part. Pressure, that's not really a problem for me. My whole life I've been put through serious and various situations where I've had to think things through the fullest. So that's not really a problem. As far as keep my mental toughness and being in leadership and how I play, I know it goes just beyond me. You know, my actions affect the team. Even if I fumbled the ball like I did last game, I put our team in a bad spot, but I asked them to just help me, at least just give me one more series on defense, one more series at least, please. And we got that stop. They didn't score. We drove them back about 15, 16 yards. My D tackle, Dalpa Feoko, sacked the QB as he was trying to scramble, trying to run, and turn that game around, you know. Those little moments like that, you know, I realized no matter how much you messed up or no matter how much you do good, you know, it's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. You got a whole team, you got a whole family to feed, you know. So that's how I handle that.
That's great. That's great. Second question for you, is I was going to go back to college camps. I know I have how I prepare for those, but when you're surrounded by, I guess, like top talent at these camps, what do you do to separate yourself during those camps with your skill, but with attitude and work ethic as well?
For starters, it's the showing up part. You know, you got to show up, and you gotta think like everybody's there for a reason. Everybody's trying to get a chance to go D1. Everybody's trying to get a highlight on you. You got to take things personally, even if they're not necessarily trying to go against you specifically. But you got to think everybody's there to compete, and somebody's trying to take your spot. And I refuse to get my spot took. So there's that, and then of course there's warm-ups. You know, there's people who just go there they'll do like 3 yards of A skips, and then they'll call out a warm-up. Nah, you got to have your own routine warm-up. My warm-up is my track and field warm-up. Takes about 30 minutes. My other people, they'll just wait for the camp to start. Nah, not for me. My body's built different. It takes a lot of different things to warm my body up. So take an initiative.
I agree with that completely. For me, I take a good warm-up in. Also, always Absolutely. Try to put myself right.
Yes, sir.
And final question for you is, what advice would you give to, I guess, say younger players that want to shine in football or at these college camps?
Ooh, that's a great one. Don't let outside noises determine on what you ought to do and what you ought to be. I'll definitely say, don't believe in words. Believe more so in the actions. And the people who are trying to help you, let them help you. Don't try to push them away or don't half do it or anything. Just stay true to your technique. People are trying to help you out. Believe them. But in the end, you know, you gotta be committed. You gotta be committed.
Thank you.
Good stuff, gentlemen. Again, Kaden Hill is our special guest. He's the starting quarterback of Bellarmine High School. What's Bellarmine? You guys are the Bells?
Yep, the Bellarmine Bells.
The Bellarmine Bells. What's it like at Bellarmine? What's that campus like?
Oh, it's different from every other school because we're an all guy school. It's
I didn't know that.
yeah, it's all guy school. So there's a lot of brotherhood. I think that's like one thing about Bellarmine I love. It's the brotherhood to be around, and you get help from everybody. People are like willing to help you. They want to help you.
Who's
They
like your
want to help you succeed. Favorite teacher?
Bellarmine?
Ooh, favorite teacher. Right now I gotta give a shout out to Mr. Fascione. He's my history teacher. He's been a tremendous help to me. He's really cool to be around. And when I was at my other school, Valley Christian, he's good friends with the track coach there. So I've had some connections with him.
Now, do you run track at all?
Do I run track? I'm gonna try to run track this year, but I haven't run track yet.
So let me give you some coaching advice. Kaden Hill must run track. But let me give you a mentality, though. I don't need you to run track because I need you to win. In track and field, it's not about who lines up in the other 7 lanes of an 8-lane track. In track and field, what you get to do is compete against yourself every week. Now, you happen to do it with other people in lanes, but I don't want you to see track and field as I got to beat that guy or I'm not faster than that guy. I just want Kaden Hill at the beginning of track and field, whatever your first electronic 100, your first electronic 200, and your first electronic 400. Ooh. Whatever those times are, how lower can we get those times? You may never ever win a race. You may never get a medal, but we're not running track and field to become a track and field star. We're running track and field because of what it's going to do to our body mechanics when we're playing football. And body mechanics in football is everything because everybody's born running, but you have to be trained how to sprint.
Yep.
And quarterbacks that are making it have to be able to extend plays with their feet. And the ones who can run like a track athlete are better than the ones who are running because they're just running for their lives. So I would run track. Don't care about what place you take. You don't even have to care about what other people, what they place or what their time was. You just want to know, did I run faster in this distance than I did last week? And if you can concentrate on that for just one track season, you're going to be amazed at how explosive you're going to be and how much more shaped and developed you're going to be going into your senior year. And then hopefully in 2 years, I'm throwing on ESPN and I'm watching the starting quarterback.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we got to this section here. We're almost done. JV player shout outs.
Ooh. I'll start. For me, I gotta give a shout out to Priam Dave, the QB. I would say he's been doing a pretty good job, to be honest.
I don't know how many yards Priam Dave threw for because I haven't finalized the stat sheet yet. But Priam Dave is that's a story waiting to be told. I'll leave it at that. That's a story. I have this kid. You're gonna love this one, Kaden.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you something right now, and then I want you to give some advice to my JV quarterback.
Okay.
So Priam Dave is from India. So you already see it already.
Yep.
He's a freshman. He is playing tackle football for the first time in his life. 4 weeks ago, Kaden, I could not get him to accept being tackled. You know how you hand the ball off in an RPO but you're the one running because the tackle collapse or the DN collapsed down. Now you got to run. He's running backwards. He does not want any smoke. He don't want to be hit at all. It's to the point that I think he's playing quarterback only because it's where you're least likely to be hit.
Yeah.
The young man is thrown for over 130 yards and 3 touchdowns for at least the last 3 weeks. Before last week's game, we did this. We do this thing as a team. And Coach John Dysart, brother beloved, he gave the question. He asked the team, what is your why? Meaning, you got to play football. It's got to be bigger than you just wanting to play football. What is your why? When we got to Priam, and maybe I shouldn't be even saying this because it happened in the circle, but I'm a break habit here because I got KADEN Hill, and KADEN Hill can speak to him directly. Priam said his why was he wanted to prove that people from India, especially young men, could play football, and he wanted them to see him as someone that they can look up to play tackle football and play quarterback. And I said, man, I am going to train you at a level at quarterback to where not only will your why be what it is, I said, but by time you are a senior at this school, when you look down at the incoming freshmen coming into this school to play football, you're going to see the impact of your why. You're going to see more Indian young men playing football because of you than you have ever seen in the history of this school. And he's out there playing like he believes in his why. He's playing for something, national pride. He's playing for something bigger than himself and something he has no example. KADEN, give my young man he's my third string quarterback. My first string quarterback got snatched to varsity. He is now the starting quarterback as a freshman of our high school varsity football team. My second string quarterback is more of an athlete, so I'm putting him in other places that can help the team win and develop. And then Priam was my third string quarterback who is now playing lights out. What do you say to him, KADEN?
Dude, honestly, what I say to him is that I'd never give up. I mean, I love his mentality to not give up and to just keep playing, but also to play for the person next to you. I mean, the more you show that you can play for the person next to you, the more it allows you to have other people that can relate to you and people that will want to follow in your footsteps.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I will make sure he hears that. He might be listening to it right now. But I will make sure he hears it on Monday when we go practice, even though it's a day off, but we still got practice. We still got work to do. All right. You got any JVs you want to shout out to your program, KADEN?
Oh, I got to give a shout out to one of the JV running backs, Theo Tran. He got put up on House of Highlights for one of his tackles, or not one of his tackles, one of his hits. I would show how to put that up, but he got some good notice for that. He hit some guy stone cold, and he's just been balling on the JV level, running over people, scoring touchdowns.
Nice. Good stuff. I will give, as one of the developers of JV, I want to give Tyrese Mack a shout out. He had a bounce back game. I'm not sure again how many yards they had. I'll be doing their stats at the end of by the end of the night. Priam Dave was good. Seth, you brought up Priam. Ezra Bussey. Little Ez. He first touchdown on defense. Now I got to figure out who caused the fumble, but he picked it up and he ran it back over 60 yards. It was over 60.
He can move.
And
he can move.
Let's see. That boy is going to be a problem. So I have a DN, KADEN, who's about 6'2", probably weighs a good 230. and he's already running like probably a 4.7 in the 40. Freshman, first time ever playing football. I don't even let him run with the linemen most times. I make him run all of his conditioning with the quarterbacks, and the running backs. He's fast. But I'm gonna get him as to how he looked when he ran into the end zone, because what he was doing with his arms when he ran to the end zone, I don't know what that's about. I gotta also give a shout out to Amari Holbrooks. Amari Holbrooks is just Mr. Consistent. I had a long, tough conversation with him this week. And certain athletes I gotta have tough conversations with, because the attitude is, yes, you're on JV, but boy, you're a one and done. And I cannot allow you to be okay with where you're at on JV when I know varsity's calling your name next year. You have got to play. You have got to practice like you know you're going to varsity. I will not accept anything less. And so he did a good job. And then Alex Alston, another lineman. Anthony Gutierrez, another lineman. These guys stepped up. We have about 2 linemen that have been out, and those guys stepped up and did some great things. Yeah, so those are my JV player shout-outs. I could probably name more, but those are the ones that I have right now off the top of my head without stats standing in front of me.
Corey Hall Jr. and Josiah Knight.
Oh, man. Now the reason why I probably don't shout them out is because I'm always shouting them out.
Right.
But Corey Hall Jr. averages a touchdown every 2 receptions.
Wow.
And on his first 2 receptions, they were both touchdowns. Ridiculous. Josiah Knight, I think for the 3rd week straight, has either run the ball, caught a pass, or has returned a kick for over 50 yards. 3rd week in a row.
Sheesh.
That's
just
good.
Amazing young men. And we beat a 3-tier program this week. How many tier program is Bellarmine? Do they have freshman, sophomore, JV, and varsity? What all programs do they have?
Yeah, they got freshman, JV, and varsity.
So you're a 3-tier program.
3-tier program.
Nice. So we're a 2-tier program, and we play a lot of 3-tier programs. We're a school of 875 at the beginning of the year. We didn't add any. We probably have lost some. And we're all, for the last 3 weeks, we have played programs over 3,000 student population. That's crazy.
Wow.
But I'm still shocked that Bellarmine is an all-boys school. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
There's not a lot left. There's not
I just love the idea of that. That's one of the reasons why I thought, between sophomore to junior year, Seth going to De La Salle. It wasn't that De La Salle's an excellent football program. I just wanted to see. I think he would have thrived. I think he thrives better in an environment where it's just young men being young men, having to do young men things.
Yep.
All right. Well,
somebody. Hold on. Somebody with the name of Charles Swall.
Yep. Chuck.
Charles Swall. That's my guy.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
He's a redhead.
Yep. He's at St. John's now.
Really?
Yep. He's playing up there.
Be a part of my 7-on-7 team the inaugural year of West Coast Preps.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I trained him I was his linebacker coach.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. I like me some Charles. And then he ran track and field. He ran the same event Seth did. I was always rallying behind him, man. I like Charles. That's a good dude right there.
Yeah, he's playing up St. John's. He was a good DN last year for them. He played well. He's probably one of the best players on their team last year, if not the best. Man, I got to go look him up. You're going to make me go say something to Swall today. I like Swall. Swall we trust. All right, Seth, any shout-outs on Peach State Gridiron Classic coming up in December?
Ooh, shout out Coach Lamar Daniels for, this is what, the second year, I believe? Second year.
National.
Yep. I don't know what team I'm going to be on, but hopefully I go for a 2-peat.
Well, the draft is coming up in less than a month. I think we got 3 weeks before the draft. Yeah. And, I got to do more homework on the teams that I'm drafting. I'm the reigning champion national coach, so I do plan on going 2-0.
You get first pick, and
I do not know what pick I get. I do not know what pick I get, but I'm going through the process now so I can figure out who to pick.
Okay.
And hopefully next year we can get
we can get KADEN Hill from California. The last California quarterback I took out there, he did quite well for himself. Got Offensive Player of the Year. So,
Nice.
we'll see if we can make that happen going forward. All right, final shout outs. We'll start with our special guest, Bellarmine quarterback KADEN Hill.
I got to give out 2 shout outs to some of my varsity guys. Got to go Christian Cerna, one of our defense heads. This guy's a true leader, doesn't give up on anything. This guy's always got my back no matter what. And I think he probably could be one of the best defensive ends in the Dub Cal if he puts his mind to it. And then last shout out, got to give it to my other running back, Justin Donahue on varsity. This guy put up a great show against Valley Christian last week. He ran the ball really well, and he could block for me really well too. So you gotta love that.
That's what's up. Seth, give me your shout outs.
Hey man, shout out KADEN Hill, man. It's definitely been a journey with you, man. I've only known you for a year. It feels like I've known you my whole high school career. But I could definitely tell you're doing great things up at Bellarmine. And just keep it going, just keep it pushing.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Hey, I'm gonna always I believe in all of your athletic talent, KADEN. After having had this interview with you and Seth, I'm even more a believer. But still, what shouts loudest to me about you is your ability to care about others and be a blessing to others and ensure the spotlight. You use your platform to give other people shine. And man, you got a fan of you for life. If Bellarmine got jerseys with your name on the back, I want one. When you go to college, whatever college you go to, best believe I'm getting a jersey with your name on the back. I'm going to support you for life, brother. You got a friend and a coach, a mentor in me. All right?
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
All right. Bless you. Rest of you, America. Keep it going. Keep your comments happening. We'll be responding to all of them. Share the podcast. You know how we do. All right, y'all. God bless you.
Situation, but the Lord is my host. 20 been close, but my soul not for soul. I was out and I go. I just stay with the flow. $50,000 gon' put me for show. I do what it takes. Confidential when I'm dealing with snakes. I do what it takes. I'm Ricardo with a big of his face. I do what it takes.